The Toronto Raptors get absolutely pummeled against the Cleveland Cavaliers, 126 to 113. And you know what? I'm not surprised the Raptors lost this game. I'm kind of surprised how they lost it because this is a team that completely fell apart in the third quarter here. Started losing it a bit in the second quarter, come out, wet the bed in the third quarter, and then pretty much you just cannot recover from there. And even though they lost by 13 points, it was actually much worse than that. They just kind of tightened it up at the end of the game. But the Raptors just get spanked in this game. And so, for those of you who didn't understand why we were saying why the Raptors are so much of an underdog in this game, or this series, I should say, this is exactly why. This is exactly why. Because 2 episodes we go, what did we say about Mitchell? What did we say about Mitchell? That is obvious. Exact words, he's a nightmare. Harden can be a nightmare. That's how this is. This is the playoffs. It's no boys allowed, NBA. Okay? No excuses here. And they just got manhandled in that second half. They just got manhandled in the second half. 71 field goal attempts in this game for the Raptors. They put up 9 more shots than you. You go 13 of 27 from three-point range, which is not terrible, but they shoot 16 of 32. They shoot 50% from three-point range in this game. Your stars, when you're looking at Barnes, was pretty decent in this game. Barrett, I mean, he gave you 24. Jamal Shed played pretty well tonight. And for those of you who don't know, if you did not see this game, there was no Emmanuel Quickly in this game. He is out, injured hamstring. Emmanuel Quickly, once again, did not play in this game. So Jamal Shed, with the regular starters, got the start for this one. And pretty much you just didn't have any answers for Donovan Mitchell. And then you get carved up by one James Harden as well. Donovan Mitchell in this game played 31 minutes. He had 32 points, 11 of 20 from the field, 4 of 7 from three-point range, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, gave you 4 assists and 3 rebounds, gave you 2 steals as well. And James Harden in 33 minutes gave you 22 points, 8 of 17 from the field, 4 of 7 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, but gave you 10 assists and 2 steals as well. So just absolutely no answers. And I'm going to go over some numbers and, we'll start this thing off from the first quarter. But even before we get there, let's look at some of these numbers in regards to our starters with their productivity. Guys, I got to say this. And we've been talking about it from this season, but here's a big, big reason why I wanted the Raptors to make the playoffs. This is a big reason because you get exposed. We've talked about this. You get exposed. And so when you got to start making moves in the offseason, there's no second guessing here as to what you have to do. You watch the series, you watch what happens when it's time for everybody to step up, and then you make your decisions based off of that. Sorry, folks, I'm under the weather here, and I got my tea with me. So if I hit mute a few times, don't be surprised here. Now, Mo is in the chat from early, and she was just going off. Scotty shooting the threes early, very eye-opening. Yes, Scotty did hit you up from a couple times from three-point range. Let me get some of this stuff up on the screen so everybody can see it. No answers for Mitchell. Where's RJ's head at? Let's talk. Nana's in here already. Although we lost bad, I still feel like we have a series. I'm not too sure about that, Nana. We missed too many free throws. That is true. And we did miss them early. Okay, Jay Beats. Barnes needs to play like he did for those few possessions all next game. 100% agree. 100% agree. Did you see how aggressive he started to be in that fourth quarter? That's what you need to see all game. That is precisely what you need to see all game, to be completely honest with you. Um, Guys, we need to have a discussion about Jakob Poeltl. We need to have an honest discussion about Jakob Poeltl. Because Jakob Poeltl in this game, he played 21 minutes. He had 4 points. He was 1 of 2 from the field. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Jakob Poeltl pretty much did nothing out there tonight. And that word that you're going to constantly hear from me called exposed, this is what you want. This is what you want, because this is how you're going to make those moves in the offseason count. This is how it's going to count, because from an offensive standpoint, coming out in that second half, the Raptors had no idea offensively what they were doing. Just none. Everybody is just running around confused. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. What's going on, Johnny? Everybody's just running around confused. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. And a lot of these points that you're seeing here from Barrett, Barnes, these points, the game was already over at that point. The game's already over at that point. So you can't even, you take that with a grain of salt, to be completely honest with you. Most of your troubles lie with Mitchell and Harden. And we've talked about that. And listen, to a certain degree, you're not going to be able to stop him. You can slow him down, but Donovan Mitchell is just a flat out problem. He is a problem. And James Harden, with that handle, shifty, getting into the paint, being able to throw up floaters, dishing it off, those 10 assists that he had. Donovan Mitchell, big, strong upper body, puts his shoulder into you. These guys, you're going to have to throw double teams at them, and your rotations are going to have to be on point. NR7920 says, can't depend on Jakob anymore. I had no expectations of him either. His game ain't the same as it used to be. No, it is not. Excuse me. It is not. He can't move. He can't keep up anymore. He's too slow for today's game. He can't move anymore. He ain't the same guy, unfortunately. But he's who you have right now, and so you're going to have to rely on him to a certain degree. Maybe not offensively, but from a defensive standpoint, I don't know what you're going to do here. And I don't know how long it's going to take for Darko Rajakovic to adjust, but you might have to throw all those minutes at Colin Murray Boyles. You just might have to do it. King Jabby. This man is putting work, and his channel is growing. Thank you very much. Yes, it is. Appreciate all of you for being here. The conversation is about to get real. Jaden3222. Yak looks unplayable, not gonna lie. It's bad. It's bad. And it's so bad right now that I'm gonna have to start playing sound effects already when it comes to Jakob Poeltl, because I mean, I kidding me? I mean, it was
happening over here during whole season. I've been calling it back. It's a complete crap. It's completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees. Shame for the league to allow this.
I mean, where do we begin here? Let's break this thing down from the first quarter, and then I'll get your comments in here simultaneously as well. They're coming in quickly, so bear with me here. Okay. Let's go to Dancing Baby Bins. Really want to only see CMB as a big in this series, and we need to use Lawson Battle more. We talked about this a little bit yesterday in regards to seeing AJ Lawson, possibly Jameson battle down the stretch, maybe at some point in this series. You're going to be needing some shooting from somewhere. You got that tonight from Jamal Shed, who went 5 of 6 from 3-point range. But how often are you going to be able to rely on that? You're not going to be able to rely on him doing that very much in this series. So that was surprising. I did mention to you they went 13 of 27 from 3-point range in this game. I remember we talked about the fast break points, how we all know that the game slows down, but we want to see them run. Why? Because we're concerned about what the Raptors do in their half-court set. Listen to this. How many fast break points do you believe there was in this game total? Not just from the Raptors, total. Ash YI4TW drops $2 in the super chat. Thank you very much. Know what I got to do for you. Drop one. The Raptors had 3 fast break points in this game. 3 fast break points in this game, and Cleveland had 2. So already with the Raptors being a league leader in fast break points, slowing them down is exactly what Cleveland is trying to do. It's exactly what they're trying to do. And boy, did it work. Giovanni, what's going on? The Raptors had an uncharacteristically good shooting night, and it was still belt to ass. That, you know what? Before I even read the rest, let me just. Oh, yeah. Belt to ass is the best way to put it. They should have just tanked because next year they are borderline playing with Wiz, Hornets, Indy. Yikes. Giovanni's had enough. I mean, what are you kidding me? Jacoby got to ride the bench 5 minutes here and there. Jacoby is one of the guys that you're kind of looking for to get something from coming off the bench. And in this game, Jacoby Walter gave you 28 minutes, 7 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3-point range, gave you 2 rebounds, 2 assists in this game. I mean, overall, the first quarter was competitive in this game, right? Because immediately when the game starts, Scotty comes out and drills 2 threes in the first 3 minutes of this game. Jamal Shed subsequently drills a 3. It's 11-10 for the Raptors, 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. Scotty then picks up 2 fouls and goes to the bench. Okay? And we discussed that already. But the bench was keeping you afloat. Jacoby Walter, Jamal Shed, Colin Murray Boyles, and Sandro Mamukelashvili were in the game in the first quarter early. Okay? Ingram was aggressive. He was attacking his defender. He had 5 points midway through the first. Scotty then drills another 3. So that's his third 3 of the game with 1:55 remaining in the first quarter. But then Cleveland goes on a 7-0 run to end the quarter. And it's 35-31 Cleveland after the first quarter. Ingram had 9 points. Barnes had 9 points. Free throws, 3 of 7 for the Raptors, 10 of 10 for Cleveland. So they did make a difference with their free throw shooting in that first quarter. AJ Lawson, who we talked about, comes into the game, and he gets just shoved by Mitchell, attracts the offensive foul. And, the Raptors were playing pretty good from an offensive standpoint early in the game. They were being decisive. They were playing confident. And what did we talk about yesterday with Jamal Shed needing to do? What did I say? He has to be confident when he gets the open look and shoot it. He did that tonight, so you got to give him credit. 17 points in 28 minutes, 5 of 6 from 3-point range, 6 of 11 overall from the field with 2 assists, 1 rebound, just 2 turnovers in this game. But he did that. He was confident, and he made 5 threes for you, and I don't really think you can ask him to do anything else. He was decent for you defensively as well, really, really aggressive. He can do that for you. And they were playing hard and kind of well early on. But then how long are you going to be able to contain him for if that drop coverage defense when he's getting into the paint ain't on point? Like Pirtle, I'm seeing guys go to the basket And sometimes they're going up to do a layup, and Pirtle's this was Jakob Pirtle. This is Jakob Pirtle. This is Mobley and or Allen, Donovan Mitch. I don't care who it is. They're going to the basket. This is them. This is the basket over here. This is Pirtle. Uh-oh. They just scored that one. Better get back on the other end. I mean, just rough. Just rough. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, Ingram, though, early on in this game, like Ingram was doing work here. Ingram was doing work early on in this game. He was getting into the paint. He was aggressive, shooting that turnaround. He ended up with 36 minutes, 17 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. And I mentioned yesterday that I thought, because we're talking about what the minutes were going to be like and possibly what some of these minutes would be for these starters. I was saying around, 38 minutes, 39 minutes. Excuse me. Looking at some of the minutes right now, and obviously they're going to be short because it was a blowout. 36 for Ingram, 31 for RJ, 32 for Scotty, 21 for Pirtle, and 28 for Shed. Colin Murray-Boyles played 20 minutes off the bench. Sandro Mamukelashvili gave you 20 minutes off the bench, but just 3 points, 1 of 3 shooting, 1 of 2 from three-point range. So you didn't get much from Sandro. You didn't get much from Jacoby Walter in this one either, but Colin Murray-Boyles did give you 14 points in 20 minutes, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and just 1 turnover in this game. But overall, the Raptors, and we've talked about this for a long time, identity and culture. Identity and culture. What is it? I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're going to get from this team on a night in, night out basis. That's the problem for me when I talk about what their identity is. This is not the series for him, and that is what Johnny is saying to Ash YI4TW. Allen and Mobley, too mobile. Let's go to SP007. This game didn't feel as bad as the score made it seem. There's a lot of interesting pull from the game. Remember, everyone, it's first to 4 wins. You're 100% right. It is the first to 4 wins. And it looks like right now, the Raptors are going to have trouble getting some wins, especially when you don't have everybody in that lineup. You're going to need everybody. I don't know when Emmanuel Quickly is going to be back, but he'll make a difference. He'll be able to push the ball, provide you with some shooting. If he's going to be playing in game 2, I have no idea. I don't know what the status is like. I didn't even realize that he wasn't even going to be playing today. I know there were some rumbles, but I thought overall, because it's a playoff game, they will kind of push him through. But no, he didn't play. So overall, yes, first to 4. Do you guys believe that game 2 is a must win? If they go back to Scotiabank Arena down 0-2, do you think they can push this series to 6 or 7 games after that? Because I absolutely do not. You got to split here. You got to split. You got to take this thing 1-1 going back to Toronto. At the half in this game, it was a 54-61 ball game. The Raptors were competitive. Even though they didn't play great in the second quarter, they were competitive. They were down 7 at the half. Cleveland was +9 from the free throw line, but they were +10, Cleveland as well, in points in the paint. And getting into that third quarter, this is where everything just went downhill for the Raptors. I don't know what Darko said to them at halftime, but whatever he said didn't work at all. Because Cleveland goes on a 6-0 run to start the quarter. Quick timeout from Darko. And the Cavs just looked much more forceful, right? Going into the paint. Mobley was trying to attack Barnes. And how did Mobley do in this game? I'll tell you. Evan Mobley in this game, in 33 minutes, he gave you 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He did the job. He did the job that he had to do. Because you already know, right? This is a team that's built to win now, and they can lean on their two main guys to do damage. His job is to be a role player, and that's what they did. Your two top guys combined for, I'm looking 22 and 32, so they combined for 54 in this game, which is exactly what you're looking for if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so, Mike, BIQ for me, play him right. Who else do we got here? Johnny, I think we need to say Pirtle, Ashwy4TW. I think we are confusing Mike with Jacoby. Yeah, you might be confusing me here. Dog 476. 5 minutes in Yak was obviously unplayable, yet Doofus Darko. Whoa, take it easy. Plays him more than CMB. Like, check his bleeping ego and bench Yak if he's going to do this. It's winning time. Play well or shut the bleep up. I added the bleep there. Okay. Yeah, and we talked about this down the stretch. There just comes a point where you're going to have to probably play Colin Murray Boyles more than Jakob Poeltl at some point. And don't get me wrong, we're talking hoops here, right? This is nothing personal. But at this point, you have to be able to tell the truth. And right now, Jakob Poeltl is just completely just being outplayed here by Allen and Mobley. It's just too much. Allen in this game, 28 minutes, 10.7 rebounds, and a steal in this game. Sounds like Cope because Poeltl is going to be outmatched by every playoff team big. Johnny, we talked about playing fast and being more physical than Cavs, but we didn't have that today. 100% agree. Nana says Rap's going to win at least 3 games this series. Darko didn't show our hand in this one. I don't know about that one, Nana. We can't beat Cavs at home yet. We are still new to this. I think Raptors might win 1 game or I see a clean sweep. Well, let's talk a bit more about what happened in the second half in this game first. Mobley, like I mentioned, is going at Barnes, right? Trying to attack him. And the Raptors, for whatever reason, when they got into that third quarter, they just didn't look hungry anymore at all. They went into that third quarter like, you know what? We played decent in the first half, down by 7. Let's just hang it up here. Because from an offensive standpoint, they just looked completely confused. And they were going away from what was working for them. They were playing off of Ingram. And then they were playing off of Scotty in that first quarter. But those are going to be your 2 guys from an offensive standpoint. Scotty was aggressive early in the game. And then throughout the middle, it's kind of like he stopped. And then he was aggressive late in the game as well. Can we just be consistent there throughout the game? Just always be aggressive. Let them focus possibly on throwing a double team at you and then swing the ball and let the defense have to rotate. The Raptors look completely confused offensively. We've seen this before, like I mentioned. And then who are you supposed to look to? They go on an 8-0 run. Then they start the quarter on a 21-6 run in the third quarter. And then with 5:37 remaining in that third quarter, it's 82-60. And you're just saying, even before it got to 82-60, you're just saying this game is completely over. It's just done. I was sitting there and it just got so bad that I just started falling asleep because I was just like, man, if you're a Raptors fan, if you're a Cleveland fan, this is great. But if you're a Raptors fan, Just completely boring to watch because nobody was doing anything. There was nothing. I mean, Jamal Shed was a bright spot for the Raptors tonight, in my opinion, with his 17 points and five of 6 from 3-point range. He had 4 fouls, being aggressive with 1:15 remaining. But even at the end of the third quarter, when Mitchell baited Sandro Mamukelashvili for that 3-point attempt, and then now you're going to the line to pile on more with those cheap fouls, 97-76 going into that fourth quarter. It's just like, damn. I mean, this is for me, seeing this team is ideal in this type of situation, because you want to know how guys are going to react and how they're going to play when the lights are bright, right? And so Raptors completely fall apart in that third quarter. Mitchell has 24 points and 4 assists after the third. Strus has 19 points, and he was a killer. He was a killer tonight for the Raptors. I mean, Strus had, let me get you his numbers here. Where is it? In 24 minutes, he had 24 points, 8 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3-point range, 4 of 4 perfect from the charity stripe, 3 rebounds in this game. I mean, he just lit guys up in this one. He's a nice player. And so I thought you would have seen a little bit actually more from Dean Wade in that 23 minutes, but no, I mean, Strus was the guy who just lit you up off the bench. You didn't even have to get much from your other guys off the bench. Dennis Schroeder, 13 minutes, just 2 points, but don't count out what they may do in the next game. The Raptors, they don't have the luxury, and we spoke about this. They don't have the luxury of guys taking a night off. Everyone has to play well. Everyone has to play well. Giovanni says, when I see Darko coach a game, I see Casey saying the game plan is the game plan with no adjustments. And once again, we've talked about that. Which coach is able to make adjustments and make them on the fly and not have to wait to do it? If you have to adjust, you have to adjust. You don't have time to wait. You don't have time to wait. That's the thing about coaching sometimes that gets really tricky. If you have to make adjustments, you have to make adjustments. So if you see that Jakob Poeltl looks like crap when he's out there, you now have to make that adjustment without waiting and run Colin Murray-Boyles for 35 minutes if you have to. You just do. It's a part of the game. You got to be able to switch things up on the fly quickly. And I understand. Listen, I get it, because from a coaching standpoint as well, right? You don't want to look like you're panicking after the first game. That's just the truth. Darko doesn't want to do anything hasty to make it look like, oh, he's flustered. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's panicking. But you got to be able to make those adjustments and make them fast. Johnny says, I just see no toughness with this Raptors team. We've talked about that all season, Johnny. You know that. Offensive or defensive toughness. You're down 7 in a playoff game and you just give up? Seriously? They should be ashamed. I feel sorry for all the fans. Well, that was a rough one, Johnny. It was not a good look to start off in your first game. I mean, what's going to happen going forward? We don't know. Why? Because the identity has not been established. Therefore, we don't know how they're going to come out from game to game, right? Like when it comes to that word culture, and we talk about that, identity, when you have that, you may lose a game, but you know exactly what you're going to get from the team. Like when you watch the Detroit Pistons, Detroit might lose a game, but you know it's going to be hell to beat them. You know they're going to be tough, bruising, hard-nosed defenders in your face. You know that's what it's going to be. But you don't know what it's going to be like with the Raptors on both ends of the court. You don't know what it's going to be like from an offensive or defensive standpoint. And so total turnovers in this game, both teams turned the ball over a lot in this game. 18-17. But you didn't really capitalize on the other end off of those turnovers if you're the Raptors. Rebounds, out-rebounded by 6 in this one as well. 33-27. And so when your starting center is out here giving you, the 6 rebounds, okay, I get it, but weak defense, in my opinion. And there were times where he was decent, but just overall, you're going to have to go with Colin Murray-Boyles here, in my opinion. Maybe not necessarily to start. I don't know if they're going to do that, but you can play him more than 20 minutes. And going into the fourth quarter, I didn't even bother writing down a bunch of notes because Donovan Mitchell was just hungry, aggressive, attacking, just destroying the Raptors. And Scottie, like I mentioned, 21 points with 6:24 remaining, getting much more aggressive as the game went along. But the game was already over at that point. And so there's nothing more to see here. And I'm already under the weather. My energy level is low today. And so this is not going to raise my blood pressure. Don't worry about me in regards to that. Johnny, if we don't improve and play like today, yes, I agree. Oh, you're responding to somebody. Raptors aren't winning 3 games. Gentlemen, sweep at best, 4-2 at worst. Most definitely split. Only Mike Roach, only one that showed up in the second half was RJ. He was super aggressive in that second half. Johnny is responding to Giovanni. RJ is the only person on this team that I will trust to go to war with. Scottie wasn't bad for stretches of this game. It's a collective thing. It's a collective thing here. When I see Darko, I read that one already. Here's a new one. Raptors have too many flaws on this team in roster construction and spacing. That's why all you have to do is put the Raptors into half court and play zone, plug the paint to win. There's a lot of work that has to be done. A lot of work that has to be done in this one. Yeah, I agree. Johnny says, I'm still not sure why we aren't giving Scottie more shooting. It's been 5 years. Listen, the Raptors don't have time to complain. Neither does Darko Rajakovic. They got to make adjustments on that fly and be ready to compete for game 2. I am going to get some fluids in and get some rest. I am not feeling great at all. So I'm hoping to feel better in a couple days when I am doing the post game for game 2 of this Raptors Cleveland series. The Raptors lose 126-113 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Get into the comments if you're watching this after it's been shown live, and I will respond to you ASAP. This is the Mike Roach Show. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. Thanks for getting all your stuff in as usual. Disappointing start to the series. We'll see what the Raptors do in game 2, and we will go from there. This is the Mike Roach Show, and I'm out.